Dennis Nappi, the second here. I'm joined with Daz Smith, Dick Allgaier, Nyiam, Edward Riordan, and we have our targeteer, Jonathan Deal, joining us as well this evening. We'll do a quick check-in with our viewers just to get their take on their feelings on this session while they're still blind to the target. Daz, I'm going to start with you, sir. How are you feeling about your data in this target so far?
I have no idea what this is. My data felt kind of... I've only just looked through it again, trying to put all 26 pages together. And on review of it, a quick review, as we were talking for this, it looked kind of dark. It felt very manipulated to me by not very nice groups of people, which worries me. So I'm interested, seeing the preview data, the AI stuff, the brain stuff, and everything. It kind of worries me a little bit now what we might be looking at.
Yeah, it's quite a mix of data too, all over the place. But let's see how it ties in. Thank you, Daz. All right, Dick, your thoughts on your session before we reveal the target.
You said it's location data and future location. I didn't really get location data, but I have location data I didn't turn in. I should maybe pull that out and show it. But, well, we'll see. We'll go with what I got.
Okay.
If it's future, it looks like a pretty Orwellian future to me.
Yeah. Concerning, to say the least. So, all right, let's see where we go from here. Nyiam, thoughts on your data so far in your sessions?
Still completely in the dark here. If it's a future thing, then I would say maybe someone or things died. I'll say that much.
Okay, it doesn't sound very bright for a future. Edward?
Oh man, I have no idea what the target is. I just went looking through some of the stuff. I mean, I don't, this is a session from a couple of weeks ago, so we got to go through them. I don't remember too much, but I'm not even going to look at it. We'll just go through it live on
camera. We'll just wing it.
See what happens, man.
All right, that's the best way to do it. Keep it raw. United Kingdom, State of Affairs, April 2026. The remote viewer is to observe the daily life among the general populace of London during April of 2026. So we've got monkey brains, cyborgs, and war so far through our teasers, and some DNA stuff, and Nostradamus. So it's going to be one heck of a future, it sounds like. All right, let's see where we're going.
Another ideogram here. I felt like there was a situation that was brewing. It was ongoing, and this was future-based. But it had a dark kind of foreboding kind of feeling about it, a bad thing. And I got a little arrow here indicating that I knew that this was something in the future. This was around a central life who's male, serious, unhappy, and he was really occupied with planning something. And I knew that this was a political situation. So this kind of fits with the Houses of Parliament kind of thing. Looking at this male again, there's the male in the middle of this dark cloudy thing here, so I knew this would have global effects. Very dark cloudy situation, very negative situation, and it was in the future. And I had a political flavor to it, and manipulation, and lots of things to do with like image profile concerns. It was very multi-layered and complex, this, and lots of people with input were involved. And it was all kind of decision making, and I had a sense that this person, the central life, was becoming a bit of a tyrant. And it feels modern. And I knew that this was a future based event because it's pointing into the future. Strong feel of being handled and manipulated or pushed and pulled. So I tried to ask what this was, and it felt like it was all to do with a conflict or division that had something to do with a cabal. And I had a visual then of a shadowy group of like males, very dark suited, shadowy people, which are like puppet masters.
All right. What do you think that means for London, Daz?
We're going through some troublesome times. Lots happening. So with the money deficits in all the countries, it wouldn't surprise me if we don't have a big global war. So yeah, that kind of makes sense to me, really.
Okay. All right, definitely concerning. I'm curious to see how the other viewers' data. Number one, what kind of division of work we have with everybody, and also what corroborating data they bring back.
It's going to be really interesting to see what everyone else pulls in on this one as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. So, Daz, thank you for your data. Let's move on to Dick and see what he brought back for us.
Wow, that was a good session, Daz.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Human resembles like Robert Malone, Thomas Campbell, gray beard guy, white beard. Gets a lot of grants. It's modern day Mengele. The goal is an AI consciousness that interfaces with universal consciousness. I see an awful looking mechanical robotic attack drone the size of a Great Dane, all metal, Wi-Fi AI brain, facial recognition, access management, super hearing, processes sounds and speech, a guard dog on AI steroids. So you're going to have AI guard dogs in London. Welcome to Dick Allgire's Hi-Fi. So there you go. I may have gone off on a tangent there that was unrelated to the target, or there may be aspects of the target in there. I did another session that I didn't turn in because I felt was off. I'll just to put it all out there.
Before you share that, Dick, I'm just thinking, looking at the tasking, the remote viewer is to observe the daily life among the general populace. And then the third sub-Q, the viewer is to observe any significant changes and or events that have impacted London leading up to 2026. I mean, maybe what this is saying is that London's in that amount of time is going to become a smart city that's going to have some kind of AI hub connection, and that's what you picked on. That's your piece of the pie. Yeah. Apparently, even guard dogs are going to lose their jobs now. Even the dogs are getting out of business. Based on
that was a clear visual. I saw that thing.
Listen, they have those prototypes.
I looked at that and I went,
they're already using some
somebody
of
made
them.
a dog with an erector set and put this it was. I struggled with how to draw it. I drew it a couple times.
Yeah, those things are scary, man.
No,
thank you.
One of those.
Yep. Okay. All right. Thank you, Dick. Nyiam, let's take a look at what you brought back from Future London.
Now, this was like a little movie clip that I saw. I thought this was natural, but I get the sense like this might be something remote controlled or remote operated. But I see something move through, you kind of like plotted on a path, moves through certain kind of like checkpoints, I would say, or something.
I'm totally speculating, but you think it's tied into, a minute ago you just drew aquatic life. I know they have done experiments with like implants in aquatic life brains. Maybe I'm just tying the AI thing in. Maybe we're seeing something like that.
Possibly. I mean, because I look again and I see something that looks like a snake, but when I probe it, I get the sense of like robotics. So this might be some kind of technology happening, technology associated with underwater things, because the next thing I see is a fossil, something fossilized. And I get the sense like there's research, something to do with the DNA, restructuring, recombining, and sequencing DNA. So,
and again, bringing it back to the tasking, daily life among the general populace, and then also looking at significant changes. I mean, it looks like you had some of that data set in there, possibly depending on where the advancements go at that point in time. So I'd be curious to see what plays out, in the world of tech and biology and underwater stuff moving forward. Okay. Thank you, Nyiam. All right, Edward, let's see what you brought back for us, sir.
What event, though, I wonder? It can relate to a pale horse. Okay, I'm getting chills on this one. I'm really getting chills on this one now. It can relate to a pale horse and the Temple Mount, and the imagery related to those. It's told as if it is recalled from a dream. And there's the pale horse and the Temple Mount.
Yeah.
Behold, he says, a day approaches, he says. He means watch and listen, like a faint, distant voice from the past. As sure as night turns to day, the pale horse approaches. Oh, man, I'm getting fucking chills, man. What does any of this have to do with the target, though, I wonder? This crazy old man right here. He gets to dine with royalty, drinking wine, making predictions. It's blasphemy. This person is or was renowned and hated at the same time. Lucky to get out alive. I'd say feels like old Europe, France. The history is embedded in the wood floors and the walls. You can see it and you can feel it.
Wow. I mean, it doesn't get much heavier than that, right?
Wow, that was a real trip, man. I didn't go through that. So going through it again was wild, man. That was a really wild session.
It sure was.
Really, really freaking tasty, man. I really enjoyed that.
Good. Yeah, fascinating session, Edward. I'm going to go check in with all of our viewers now and get our final thoughts, and I'm going to wrap it back into Jonathan and get his feedback on everybody's data here. Daz, starting with you now that you've seen everyone's sessions, you know what the target is. What are your final thoughts?